Stuart, we are live here on the YouTube.
That's awesome. I'm excited to hear it. Our YouTube channel, man, we got to give them some love, and they have grown leaps and bounds over the past, 12 months for sure, but less
That's
time
right.
than that, I think. I think
Yeah.
since COVID started, YouTube just really grew up. So
And that just made me so happy to see that we were a place that people came to find this kind of content online.
yeah.
In that period of time where we just couldn't get out, we couldn't worship, we couldn't study with others, and so man, YouTube became a place that they came looking for us, and I was thrilled that we already had a few years under our belt and a few series to share. Now we're getting ready to launch our next project. So, do we want to just jump right into the trailer?
We have to, and then we can talk about it afterwards.
All right, let's jump in. Here we go.
Okay.
My interaction with the book of Revelation has been lifelong. I mean, I remember reading it as a kid and being so confused.
You can fly into Istanbul. From there, you can visit a number of places.
There is a lot of application and relevance between the 7 churches of Asia and what our culture is going through.
We are living in a time of uncertainty and doubt. In many ways, I feel like we as a church, we've given in to the fear.
Over 10 years ago, we had 3 Christians martyred here in this country. That was quite a wake-up call.
We had plans of moving to Saudi Arabia for a while.
I felt out of place. I always knew that there were people watching me.
To make sure that we didn't spread our faith.
We've asked ourselves, why would we go? Why should we go? What if something happens?
Had these shakes and chills, temperature's 104.5.
It's been one of the most testing weeks of my life.
What we read about in the history of these cities is still going on.
Turkey has been struck by a powerful earthquake off its Aegean coast.
I'm like, I want to move to a Spanish-speaking country and preach.
Puerto Rico?
This is one of the strongest hurricanes so far this season.
Everything is going down. We've asked ourselves, what are we doing here? When you give up a lot of the things that are comfortable, it hits your spirit deep, and it calls you to the place that is beyond.
So it could be that the churches in Revelation are assembling in places like this.
They're normal people, just like you and me.
I grew up with stories, oh, there are tunnels under this way, under that way. We went this far, but we were scared, we came back.
What do we got here?
Oh, wow.
We're looking at one of the earliest Christian inscriptions that we have. The immediacy of these texts is just renewed over and over when I come back here and visit them.
Jesus did not come into the world to change political systems. He came into the world to change people.
If Jesus were to write a letter to our church, what would he say?
So good. You know, and it's kind of internally, we've talked about having to always raise the bar, you know, with our products and projects. And I think every time we did it with Following the Messiah, we did it with Searching for King, it's like, man, how are we going to top this one? How are we going to do the next one better than this? And Trial and Triumph's the same way. I tell you, I'm already sitting here thinking, how are we going to be able to do the next one better than that? Oh, man.
Look, the fact is, thankfully, the source material is rich, and we can just keep coming back to that same well of rich scriptural source material. But man, I have seen this trailer. We just created it a few days ago, and I've seen it 20 times. I've watched it at least 20 times. I'm so excited about this.
It's good. And it's funny, like I've heard from several people already today who have said, whoa, this is nothing like what I imagined it would be. Like, I don't know what they were imagining. Maybe they were imagining what they've seen from us in the past, episodic and like, but it's funny that I've heard that from several people today after they've watched the trailer. So
Yeah, I mean, look, it is not digging on following Messiah and searching for a king. I am still
Right.
so proud of those,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and we're still new viewers are finding those every day, especially here on
Mhm.
YouTube,
Yeah.
and they're really helpful
Mhm.
for Bible classes, teaching them in their episodic form. But we wanted to try something different
Mhm.
with Trial and Triumph, and so the format is different. It's a feature-length documentary rather than 5 episodes. The storytelling mechanisms are very different.
Yeah.
It's not just a trip to the land. Um, as you can see from the trailer, man, it is all over the world. We're
All
sharing
over.
stories, Saudi Arabia and Sierra Leone and
Mhm.
Puerto Rico and
Right.
others. And I
Yeah.
just, man, I'm excited. I'm excited about what this will do to help showcase the relevancy of
Yeah.
this text in Revelation 1 through 3.
You know, it's true, and honestly, you know, we talk about it as a Revelation documentary. It's not really covering the whole book of Revelation, but my
Right.
hope is people will watch this documentary and hopefully go through the corresponding workbook with it, and it just goes
Mm.
through chapter 3, as you've mentioned, but they're going to want to go all the way into Revelation. They're going to not
Yeah.
stop at chapter 3, but they're just going to keep going about
Yeah.
the message that's in Revelation. And so hopefully it is. Hopefully it's that springboard that gets people into the rest of the book of Revelation. Because, you know, as you and I have talked about before, and we've talked about with others on the podcast, it's like Revelation is a pretty big undertaking.
Yeah.
And like when we
Yes.
talked about doing Revelation a couple years ago, we were kind of like, what are we thinking? Like that seems like the last book anybody would want to do a video series about. But it's I'll tell you what, it's evolved over the past 2.5 years or so. It's evolved, and what it is and what that trailer represents is honestly 2.5 years of storytelling and work, and you know, even the people that are in the documentary, their stories changed from when
Yeah.
we originally sat down with them and had conversations with them to
Yeah.
what it was. And like you can't
Yeah.
produce that. You can't write that.
Yeah.
That's life. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And man, I don't want to give it away, but you're absolutely right. We interviewed a couple for one of these stories, and halfway through post-production,
Mm-hmm.
some different things were happening in their lives, and we were like, that's really helpful if you're willing to let us share that part of your lives.
Yeah.
And they were very gracious about it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really helpful. And so you're right,
Mm-hmm.
man. We're changing this and rolling with it. Not anymore. The video
Yeah.
is locked.
It's locked now.
It is locked. Our team, a final push to the finish, and I'm so proud of our team for that. Because we're 2 weeks away. You can see there, October 1st.
2 weeks
This is
from today.
This is when it's happening, and so that we'll go ahead and share a link in the comments. But if you visit appianmedia.org/live, that will give you the page that you can watch the premiere event as it's broadcast live. You can also sign up for free tickets to register for our various in-person events. So that premiere event is going to be in LaGrange, Kentucky, near the
Just
Louisville
outside
area.
of Louisville. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're excited about that. Again, totally free event. We'd encourage you to come. You've got to register for your tickets because there is limited space. So grab those tickets. Make it a weekend. Make it an event that you can invite people to, and come along and share that with us. We've got other screenings in Texas, in Alabama. There's one later on in November in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, man, I didn't even
it's
think of
happening,
that.
man.
That'd be a fun weekend getaway. It's just like, hey, you know what? We live in Georgia, or we live in, Michigan or something. We're gonna drive down, and we're gonna just go to this thing. We're gonna get a hotel room, and just like, I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fun events, and
Yes.
without giving anything away, we've got some big news to share about Appian Media at the premiere, and so.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're tuning in live on October 1st, or whether you're in person live on October 1st, you're gonna get to see some exciting stuff. But yeah, definitely look at the list. As Craig said, there's 6, I think, right now that we have on the books. Hopefully we have folks reach out to us and say, hey, come to my area. If you'd like to add some more events, and just really spread the word. That's what we're hoping to do. So
that's right.
Yeah. But
yeah, so we're really excited about this. The theatrical trailer just launched this morning, what you guys just watched. And the most helpful thing that you can do right now is sharing that trailer and sharing the link to these events. And then share it with it. Like if you're not planning on coming and being in person at these events, but you want to do a watch party with the broadcast, with the live broadcast, like, man, let us know what you're planning. And share those things out. We're really excited to know that people all over the world are going to be watching this on October 1st.
For sure. But hey, it's fun because I was thinking the other day, it's like going to the movies, and none of us, I haven't been to movies in over 2 years now, so it's going to be fun to sit in a theater style setting and watch this thing on the big screen. And it's just going to be a show-stopping event.
So also keep in mind, through the month of September, we have been celebrating 5 years for Appian Media. Dude, we've been doing this for 5 years.
It's
unbelievable.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It kind of snuck up on us because we've been so heads down trying to get Trial and Triumph completed that we were like, look, this is 5 years. And the amount of things that have been accomplished that God has let us do over the 5 years is just humbling.
Yeah. I don't think either of us, when we sat in that coffee shop 5 years ago and said, hey, let's make a video or a video series about the life of Jesus, would have ever imagined that we would be here doing this. This is I can't even tell you. This is like our 5th or 6th video series, or project. We've got so much. We've got podcasts now, and of course the workbooks, the study guides, and it's like it's grown and grown. And so I think what it's allowing us to do is it's allowing us to look at the next 5 years and go, okay, if we were able to do this in 5 years, what can we do in 5 more years or in 10 more years? And it gets really exciting.
Our hope is that Trial and Triumph really kind of broadens people's views of what we're capable of the potential of some things that we can accomplish. Again, not to put down Following Messiah and Searching for a King. I still think there's value in episodic content. I'd like us to do some more of that in the future, but also we can do this. And this is really powerful and helpful, and people get behind that mission and help support it, help encourage us to make more content. We've got some really exciting things planned. And as Stu mentioned, these events, we're going to be announcing some extra stuff starting on October the 1st. And so we encourage you to tune in for that. In the meantime, every week during the month of September, we've been celebrating this anniversary by giving things to you all. So that first week, we shared with everyone 50% off our content on the store. So if you want to buy workbooks, or you really want the video series on DVD or on Blu-ray, 50% off. And we'll include that link in the comments over here as well. The second week, we announced a new set of free video series that's going to be launched in October. It's our second volume of Bible Study Without Borders. This one focusing on the letter to the Ephesians, which is super cool, man. This one's going to be very cool.
And anybody who remembers the Bible Study Without Borders was born out of COVID, when people couldn't meet for Bible classes and worship. And so Justin and Jeremy put together a 6-video set on the Sermon on the Mount, and we had a free study guide that was attached to that. And we said, man, let's do another one. And so we doubled it. We doubled the amount of videos. We upped the production value. And let me tell you, I was working with Justin and Jeremy on that next study guide, which will also be free. And it is it is also they've upped their game for that too. So that will be coming out in a very special way on October 1st. So, but we will leave that.
That's going to be really great. So that was week 2. That was your gift for week 2. Your gift for today is the release of this theatrical trailer and the release of these events that you can sign up for. Free events. If you're in the area, man, jump in there and join us. Various members of the team. We can't promise that the whole team will be at every screening, but you better believe we're trying.
We should take a
from
poll
the Appian
at
Media
each
team.
event. We should take a poll at each event to see who came from the furthest away. So that'd be good. Maybe
if we get someone to come from Turkey to one of our events,
oh man,
you get a free workbook or something, man.
We'll
that would be amazing.
You,
yeah. And so we've got 2 more weeks leading up to. So next week, stay tuned to our social media channels. And we'll be announcing what that gift for you is. And then, man, that 5th week, you've got to watch the live stream and you've got to attend an event and,
to find out.
We'll let you know to find out what that 5th and amazing piece of the puzzle is. So, man, we're excited, and we hope you are as well. Share this theatrical trailer out. It's its own separate video here on our YouTube channel.
Yeah,
and join us on the 1st.
And I think that's really right now. The next 2 weeks, that's how people can help us the most is get the word out there. Share our posts, share this trailer, share the Eventbrite pages that have the events. I mean, like, just let your friends and family know that these are happening and that this is happening, because we want to fill these spaces, and we want the live stream to be packed, and we think it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the easiest sell, guys. Who wants to spend a Friday evening? I mean, it's the kind of events we've been waiting to have.
Yeah.
And whether you're doing that in person or you feel more comfortable doing that at home, it's going to be an event, and it's going to be a full-length feature documentary with extras. And so, carve it out on your calendar. Let's make sure 6:30 is when the stream begins. And then
6 o'clock the doors will open.
Doors open at the events at 6. Stream begins at 6:30.
Maybe a few minutes.
Maybe a few minutes before.
But
that's awesome. Well, guys, we're really excited. That's Eastern time.
Eastern time,
not Turkey time.
That's right. Now that we have people all over the world that will be tuning in, so
that's right, Eastern time. So jump on in and enjoy that, and we'll be coming to you guys for various Facebook Lives or YouTube Lives like this leading up to the event. And what else do we got to say, Stu? Other than get excited.
The longer we stay on this thing, we're going to slip and we're going to say something. We're going to give away one of the next surprises. So
then we got to go. We got to go.
I think we covered it. So.
All right. Well, we will see you guys soon, and we're really excited. Join us on October the 1st.